Welcome to this Flipdish customer training session on table ordering. My name is Cian and I'm the Customer Education Manager here at Flipdish, and I'm going to be guiding you through the content today. So what we'll cover today is the customer order flow, QR codes, placement and troubleshooting, specific menus and bundles, how to enhance your customer's experience, order capacity management, and tipping. But first, let's start with the basics. What is a QR code? A QR code is a type of barcode that can be read easily by a smartphone and utilized to redirect users to a web page or app of the creator's choosing. Let's take a look at your customer's journey and how easy it is for them to order from you digitally direct to their table with minimal staff contact using table ordering powered by Flipdish. Your customer can simply use the camera on their smartphone to scan a QR code that you have placed on their table. A pop-up or drop-down on their screen will then direct them straight to your online menu in a flash, whether it be on your mobile site or on your own native iOS and Android app that we have provided you with. Customers can order in just a few clicks and as many times as they want without needing to call any of your staff over. Our handy Chef's Notes section will allow customers to even leave personalized comments on how they would like their food prepared or provide any allergen information, meaning nothing is missed. The orders are then received into your Flipdish terminal or through an integration into your existing point of sale system. Then it's business as usual, and once the order is prepared, your staff can deliver it straight to the table or to a designated pickup point. Table ordering can even be used in hotels for room service or curbside pickup and parking bays, and even at airport gate drop-off. Now that you've seen a quick overview of how a customer will use a QR code while in your store, let's take a little more of an in-depth look at that process. First, your customer will scan the QR code using the camera on their smartphone. Secondly, they'll be prompted to click a drop-down or pop-up which will bring them to your online menu. Thirdly, the customer will pick out the items they would like to order and click checkout. Then they will be sent a verification text with a one-time code. Once they've added that code, customers will be able to add special requests using our Chef's Notes section. Your customer will then add their table number and choose the payment method, for example, card or Apple or Google Pay. And finally, your customer will receive a confirmation message and then wait for your staff to prepare and bring over the order. Sounds simple, right? But of course, with any technology, there may sometimes be a need for some troubleshooting. So here's what to do if your customer has an issue scanning the QR code. Step 1. Ensure the customer has a smartphone with a built-in camera. The majority of smartphones are able to scan QR codes without requiring a specific scanner app to be downloaded. Customers with Android models 9 or above and iPhones or iPads with iOS 11 or above will have this technology built into the phone's camera. However, some customers may have older phones or older operating systems, which will require them to download a QR code scanner app. So step 2 in this case is to direct the customer to the App Store on their phone. Step 3 is to ask the customer to download the QR code scanner app. There will be lots of free options available and just a basic app is required. Step 4 is to ask the customer to open the scanner app and scan the QR code and click the prompt that will redirect them to your menu. Alternatively, you can direct the customer to your menu using their mobile browser by directing them to your website, and then they will be able to select table ordering from your list of stores. Now let's quickly look at where to find the table number on the order printout from your Flipdish terminal to ensure you don't bring the wrong order to the wrong table. As you can see right at the top of the printout, the words table service and the table number will appear. In this case, table service 28 means table 28. Okay, now let's talk about QR code placement. You'll receive 50 stickers from Flipdish with an option to add table tents as well. You can choose to have these branded with your logo and colours. However, there will be an added 3-week wait time for branded content. For dine-in businesses, we recommend you place one sticker and one table tent on every table with the table number written in the designated box to avoid confusion. Make sure your QR codes are in an obvious and accessible location for your customers that makes it easy for them to scan with their phone. As a Flipdish customer, we can also provide you with a QR code that you can have added to your own printouts and marketing collateral, if, for example, you have a preferred printing company. So let's take a look at some more creative QR code placement ideas that you might implement to promote either table ordering or just your online ordering offering in general. For instance, you could place a QR code in your menu if you still want to use physical menus. Having a QR code on the front gives the customer the option to order traditionally or using your new technology. You can also have posters with QR codes, particularly useful in collection and pickup and non-dine-in settings. You can also put your QR codes on flyers, and these can be left on tables or in waiting areas or added into collection and delivery bags. You could also try putting QR codes inside tabletop inserts. These are much easier to wipe down and clean than a table tent, and it has less risk of blowing away if you place it on an outdoor table. You could also try placing your QR code on a sandwich board. This works really well for restaurants with outdoor seating or placed in a high traffic area within your dining room. Business and loyalty cards are also a great option to try. These give customers quick access to your menu and encourage later engagement actions, so your business isn't forgotten about the second you hand over the card. Now let's talk about how you should customize your menu to suit your table ordering customers. I would suggest ensuring that you have a QR code linked to a specific custom designed table ordering menu. This menu should be kept short and well laid out with clear categories. I would also recommend you have your best sellers and most profitable options at the top of the menu. For example, favorites like you can see here on the right hand side. When you sign up for table ordering with Flipdish, we will create a table ordering menu that will link directly to your QR code. However, this is usually just a duplicate of your current online ordering menu if you're already an online ordering customer. So I would recommend logging into the Flipdish portal by going to portal.flipdish.com and signing in with your username and password and using our simple menu editor to change the menu to suit the table ordering customers. I have included in this training a quick video on how easy it is to edit your menu. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link to this video will be in the description below, and if you're watching this on the Flipdish Academy, the next lesson will contain how to edit your menu. If you're already familiar with this, you can just skip over the next lesson and move on. Another great tip and benefit of having table ordering is the ability to offer menu bundles. These bundles make ordering considerably easier for your customers. For instance, you can have a meal bundle containing a starter, a main and a drink for €30. This greatly simplifies the order flow for your customers and encourages larger orders. It also allows for easier upsells of drinks and sides, as you can work these into the customer's bundle order flow. I would also recommend to keep bundles towards the top of your menu to save customers having to remove individual items from their basket if they do decide to go with a bundle. Now let's take a look at this quick video showing how bundles can make it easy for your customers to order. As you can see, the restaurant has put the bundles towards the top of the page, making it easier for customers to find the ones that they like. As you can also see, I've selected the couples offer, and now I can pick all the ingredients that I want to go on my pizza, work through the extra toppings, add a drink, pick a dessert, and pick any extra add-ons. Now once that's done, I've completed the verification and received my one-time SMS, and I click to place the order, and that's it. Much simpler than scrolling around a menu finding bits and pieces here and there. You can create bundles on the Flipdish portal by going to portal.flipdish.com and going to the menu section. However, if you want to create something a little more complex, you can always reach out to our menu team on menu@flipdish.com. Okay, now let's talk about the customer experience when it comes to table ordering. I've created a quick and easy to follow flow for your staff to use to demonstrate how easy it is to maintain a normal dining experience while using this new technology. So, step 1. Welcome the customer. In this step, you greet the customer as normal when they arrive at your restaurant. Step 2. Seat the customer, giving you the usual opportunity to build rapport with the customer. Step 3. Explain the QR code. Point out the QR codes on the table to the customer. Ask if they've ever used them before. If not, explain the steps to use them and then highlight the benefits to the customer. For instance, they can order as many times as they like. They can leave specific notes for the chef, and they can pay in advance, meaning once their meal is over, they can leave at their own leisure. Step 4. Your customer places an order using the QR code. Step 5. Your staff will accept the order. Step 6. You'll then prepare and deliver the food or drinks to the customer's table. This is another great opportunity to remind the customer while at the table that they can use the QR code to order again or order more drinks or desserts. Step 7. Check in and find out how the customer is getting on with their meal and encourage more QR code orders. As I'm sure you probably have staff on the floor checking to make sure customers are okay. This is a great opportunity to ask how the meal is and also suggest desserts, drinks, or sides that they can order using the QR codes. And finally, step 8, say goodbye. That's it. The bill is already paid and the tips have already been received. Hopefully this gives you a good idea of how normal the customer experience is and how much better it can be for your customers when they use a QR code. I think a lot of people expect a very impersonal customer experience when using QR codes, but as you can see, that couldn't be further from the truth. You still have plenty of opportunities to interact with your customers and build rapport. To help with this, I've also prepared some useful phrases for your staff to use while interacting with customers in relation to QR codes. Let's go through them now. For instance, have you dined with us before? Are you familiar with our QR code table ordering system? As you can see, we have a QR code on the table with the table number that you can use to order. It's a really easy system to use. All you have to do is open the camera on your phone, point it at the QR code. You will then see a prompt you can click on which will take you straight to our menu. We would really appreciate it if you use the QR code as it allows me to better serve you and all our guests. You can order as often as you like using your phone, and as soon as your order is ready, I will bring it over to you. And if you have any special requests or dietary requirements, there's a chef's notes section where you can add these things before you finish ordering. And of course, I'm always available should you need me for anything. Having paid in advance for your meal, there's no waiting around for you. You can leave at your own leisure when your meal is over. Hopefully some of these phrases will be useful for you or your staff that can be worked into normal interactions with customers. Now let's take a look at some content I created on pre-orders and order throttling. These are two pieces of functionality that can greatly improve the table ordering experience for your customers. This will allow you to set correct expectations with your customers on how long it will take to receive their food, and also help your kitchen staff manage demand and stay on top of workload. Once you've logged into the Flipdish portal, you'll be presented with a list of stores that you have access to. For today's demonstration, I'm going to use Pizza Cafe in New York. All I have to do is simply click the cogwheel above the sales graph here on the Flipdish homepage to access the store's settings. Then I just scroll down to pre-order settings and click there. For this demonstration, I'm going to alter the settings for pre-order collections. Now that the page is opened up, let's look at the different options we have to configure our pre-order settings. The first setting is a customer can order for ASAP, meaning that if a customer orders during a time your store is closed, as soon as your store reopens again, this order will be for whatever lead time you've selected after the time your store has opened. So for instance, if you open at 1 p.m. and your lead time is 10 minutes, once you've accepted the order, the customer will receive a text message saying their order is ready at 10 past 1. The next setting is always appear open. This will hide the closed notice when users are pre-ordering outside of normal store opening hours. We recommend you leave this disabled, as it is important that customers know that they are ordering outside of your usual opening hours, particularly for setting correct expectations for the customer as to when their order will be available. The next option is force customers to select a collection time. This requires an extra click from your customers on checkout, but can reduce errors by making the customer explicitly select the collection time. We would generally recommend activating this. The next option is lead time. This is the amount of minutes between the customer placing the order and the store completing the order. If you're not using auto accept and you know that you check your pending orders every 5 minutes, and you're aware that your chef on average makes each dish within 15 minutes, we would recommend you setting the time to 20 minutes. That way it will give you enough time to accept the order, your chef to prepare it, and it sets the correct expectations for the customer. This information will be delivered to the customer within a text message. This lead time is most important when the customer has selected ASAP as their order time. The next option we have is intervals. This is the time between orders. For instance, this means the customer can pick time slots of every 10 minutes, but this is customizable to you. On the website, as you can see here, the customer can select 3:20 p.m., 3:30 p.m., 3:40, 3:50, and so on. Below this, you can see that there's an option to set capacity limits. This allows you to manage busy times by restricting the amount of pre-orders you receive between a certain time slot. So the times you can select are based off the intervals you have already selected for your customers to be able to order between. So I have an interval of 10 minutes, and down the bottom of the page I am displaying single time, meaning your customer can just see the start of the interval when selecting on the website, like you can see here. So I'm going to set up some limits for today. First I click on the calendar, then I select the time that I want the limit to start at and the finish time. And for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to select one order per 10-minute interval. This means my restaurant will only be able to accept one order in each 10-minute interval. So to finish, I click Create, and as you can see, a block appears in the calendar. Now this change isn't live yet on your site, as I have to click Save at the bottom of the page to activate this change. So let's click Save, and now let's go to our online restaurant and see what that looks like. So let's place an order for delivery. As you can see, the order went through as normal. Now that this order has been placed, let me try again and see if I can place another order within the same interval. As you can see, when I go to select a time interval, it is now grayed out and it says full beside it. We are currently counting pending orders at the moment, so even if you haven't accepted the order, if a second customer tries to order in that interval, the system will not allow it. So let me show you how intuitive this piece of functionality is. So if I change my intervals for customers to order to 20 minutes from 10 minutes, you will now see that the amount of orders that I can accept during that time doubles as well. Now let's look at tipping, which is one of the best benefits of having a table ordering system in place. This means that customers will be given the option to tip you every time they place an order. As you can see in the example on the right, customers can tip 0 to 10 to 15 to 20% and a custom amount should they wish, as long as the custom amount does not exceed the total cost of the order. This can be easily enabled on our order settings page of the Flipdish portal by clicking a toggle button. And that's the end of the session. If you have any questions on today's presentation, please don't hesitate to contact me on cian.donoghue@flipdish.com and I'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.